There we go. Now you should be able to hear everything. Let's see how this works. Yep. Welcome to my channel. You are watching Moon Girl Tarot. Hi. This is my first time streaming with 2 devices, so this is pretty cool, very exciting. So far, it's working very well. I have Instagram going. If you're watching on Instagram right now, we're live on Instagram. We're also live on YouTube. So if you want to follow either way, how exciting. So we have some stuff to talk about because some things are going on. This week is very complex and it's filled with so much energy, a good balance of positive energy, a good balance of like negative energy, things of realizing what we want, our passion, our desires, and Venus is in Aries still. So we want all those things now. We want that urgency. We feel that urgency to do it. And some of us, depending on what's in our chart, we feel that pressure of like work, stress, getting things collectively all together. So some of us will be going through that, just depending what's going on in our chart. And so if you've been following my Instagram story, then you know what's been going on a little bit in the energy. We had the moon transition into Libra. Okay, we are in Libra for a little bit right now, and then we're going to go into the very passionate, hot Scorpio, just in time for Valentine's Day for tomorrow. So I have a lot of notes here for you guys, and we're just going to kind of dive into the February 13th reading. The moon is in Libra, so there is that dynamic. There's these 2 dynamics going on. So the first of the morning is this first dynamic, okay? So we have this need of balance, okay? We're trying to find harmony. Post full moon, we're still trying to find our happiness. We're doing things that matter most to us, okay? And what makes us truly happy. So the negative side right now, so even though the moon is in Libra, it is squaring Pluto and Saturn, and everything leads to Saturn, okay? No matter what energies come on through, Saturn is the big boss of the planet, of all the planets, and it's going to make sure that we stay responsible, make sure that we stay with our head on straight, and that we weigh in those options, those desires, those wants, those needs, to be responsible for the outcome of those wants, those desires, and those needs. So first part of the morning, first part of the day, who knows? It's still happening as I speak right now. That even though the moon have all this air energy, all this need to communicate, all this passion, now we know what we want to say, these supportive ideas, this energy towards it, we still have, the other opposite side of the analytical thinking of fears and being paranoid and just, worry. So hopefully that is going to dip off for the rest of the day. And you'll see that change, that different change of emotional dynamic. Okay. And another thing is that the moon is, in Libra. So it has those tier of balance. Libra is all about justice, balance, seeking, finding that harmony, but being, still having that bright, joyous energy. So how do we find that balance? How do we seek that balance with all those challenges and stuff that we've had? I know for the early part of the week, we've had some challenges. I know I've had some challenges. I was extremely sick, guys. If you've noticed, I have not posted a podcast in about a week now. And I apologize about that to the extent of I physically couldn't. So I will get on it. But hopefully this video reaches to you guys, to the masses. And I'll get back on the podcast. But I was like physically and it was just so ill. And yesterday was really, really hard for me. I had a big old migraine, shift in the pressures and stuff. And today I'm feeling more of that air energy, and I'm feeling a little bit more balance of the energies and stuff. So I'm personally feeling that in my chart. So later on in the afternoon, the moon is going to square Saturn. So we're going to feel that intense need, that intense change of destiny, of everything that we want. So the best thing to do right now is to make a plan, to make a plan of action, to make a plan and write things down of like what we really want to manifest, what really makes us happy, and to realize and to write down, to acknowledge what doesn't work for us. That's okay to put down in paper. That's okay to put down in thought. That's okay to write it down in your phone and your message, to acknowledge your fears and anxieties and to release them. Some of us are going to be feeling those closer to our chart. Some of us might not feel so much of that pressure, going into our chart, because, again, Venus is still in Aries, wants all that instant. We want that instant. We instantly want to be better. We instantly want to see the results. We instantly want to get to where we want to be because we feel so much desire and passion that we instantly desire this want because we feel like we deserve it. And of course, I bet most of us, all of us do, is just being patient and feeling those ways and those strains of destiny and getting it towards us. So we might feel a block. We might feel another block. So again, today is kind of like a teeter-totter of a weird balance of things that have already been set into motion and that are going to continue to set into motion. So post-moon full vibes is a big thing that I underlined, is how to find better happiness, to be joyous, to be content. And whatever your heart, your passions are, what you're calling, okay? Make those creative change, but create that balance, because within ourselves, we have that desire to have those passions, to have those creations, to make all that stuff possible, to blend everything, but we're still feeling that pressure to make money, to be responsible, to put the work in, to get along with everything, to be harmonious with all that stress, pressure, and stuff. It's you got to it's hard to do everything and to fit everything in what you want to do, especially if you're a creative person, and you have a full-time job. So I could see how that could be a lot of that. Another thing, so I guess it's almost like you're at a crossroads, and I can't tell you to be patient. I can't tell you to just rush and go for it, because it's really up to you and what you want to do in your personal chart. But later on in tonight, this evening, the moon's going to make changes into Scorpio. So it's like of a forced transformation. It's like the skin is shedding. We have to shed the skin because that's the only way that we're going to grow. You have to flake off the dead skin. Like, your body is forcing you to emerge. So a lot of us are feeling either going with the flow of this change, or it's a painful, like, oh my God, I do not want to move forward, but it's a responsible thing to do. It's what I need to do. It's the plan that needs to get me forward. This is the direction I need to go. So later this evening, there might something come up with that responsibility that you might feel like, okay, it might be an easy flow to go with the flow, or you might be a forceful transformation. And Scorpio harnesses that deep, like the darkest emotional energy, secrets, things that make you feel good, comfort stuff that nobody knows about. And we're going to find, that creeping in. And so we're going to have that release. So later on Thursday evening, we're going to get in that energy of like feeling released, that retreat almost, to like retreat to our private self. Scorpio is very private. That private energy is going to want to be nurtured. We're going to want to release that with some passionate energy, because Scorpio is all about passion, baby. They're all about love, sex, releasing that in a good, healthy manner. So some of y'all getting lucky tonight. I don't know. Or some of y'all just going to kick back, retreat. And that could include sex, drugs, rock and roll, all that cool stuff, whatever, all safe fun, what everybody wants to do in their private self. So it's not like a public thing. Nobody's out there publicly, like, getting trashed or whatever. Hopefully not. But everybody's at home retreating, doing their own like personal things. And leading up to Valentine's Day, especially where there's going to be more of that need of self-desire, self-passion. So whether you are in a relationship, you're going to be nurturing more of that fire and that passion, versus if you're single, you're going to be, nurturing yourself in a sense, and you're going to be igniting that fire and passion within yourself. So you're going to pay attention to that energy this evening. going into Friday morning. And don't be surprised if you're just feeling so just darn good. Because Venus is going to T-square the fate of relationships. So right now, relationships, money, everything is going to be surfacing around that time. So it's going to feel like a forced transformation. Things are going to be great. There's going to be that force and that need of finding that harmony, that balance, and wanting to let go of things that are not healthy. Okay. And sometimes that might happen after this evening. You might release and retreat and realize whatever you released and retreat wasn't healthy. So maybe you might go out drinking tonight, wake up in the morning, realize that wasn't for me. I don't want to do that. Or go out and actually have a good time and feel better. So like, I can't really say whatever you choose to retreat tonight is going to be good or bad, but it's definitely going to weigh in the ways of fate, because regardless of our signs, Venus is still in Aries, and it's affecting everything in our relationships and our love and our passion and our desires within ourselves and how we view everybody. And a lot of us want it right now. So depending on how patient you are and depending on how the faith of change and what you determine, what you want to do, is going to be like the outcome. Because going towards February 14th, Moon is in Scorpio. It is conjunction to Venus. So it's adjusting to those desires and wants. It's going to continue. So knowing that and taking that energy, really, really, really just harness in onto your desires, but find that responsible balance, right? Find your me time, but still get your stuff done, is the best plain way that I could put it. Is just adjusting your desires versus your wants. And because you could have both, right? You could totally have both. It's just blending both of them together. So that's kind of like the astrology for this first 2 days. And then we can jump into the cards. And I'm looking back and forth, if you've noticed, guys, because I'm seeing who's on YouTube, and then I'm seeing right here who's on Instagram. And we're testing it out. All right, great. So we covered that. If anybody has any questions, just drop that below. Let me take my hand off of that right there. There we go. Okay. So we'll go into the card shuffling and the overall energy for that. For today, February 12th and February 13th. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. You can share my story. You could share this live video. Share it. There's a little arrow button there. I really greatly appreciate it. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull like an overall energy for today for the cards, since we just did a lot of the astrology. And guys, I'm working on a Patreon. I'm so excited. So there's going to be extended astrology, extended information. Oh, making friends. Yep, things are being set into motion. Well, not necessarily like this information, but we'll just kind of go with that. So Ace of Wands, reverse. Let's see if y'all can see that right there. There we go. So there might be some information that you don't agree with pertaining to work, of the building of the foundation of work and how things are. So there is going to be change with work and money and relationships, because here we are with the Queen of Cups reversed. So there's going to be some personal feelings, some personal emotions, some stuff going on. Again, it all adds up with the astrology, letting go of the fears, letting go of, and this is basically is like letting go of that. Not is like this person is being fearful. So letting go of that fear and trying to see back of that overall focus. And let's see if we're going to get that overall focus by Thursday night going into Friday. The Death card. Change is happening. So there is change. Yes. Does not mean anybody is there's no death. There's not necessarily evolving this card, but there means that there is going to be a change. There's going to be a change, or there's a change already set in motion. There's going to be a change. Let's see who's. I'm just curious. What chart? What's this affecting? What sign? 2 of Wands. So setting up a different perspective. So fire. There is going to be an action. Something is going to be. Something has already happened. The wheels are set into motion, and it's going to change perspective. It's going to change how things are viewed. It's going to change how you see things. You're going to be more passionate. You're going to realize what's more passionate, what your desires, your wants, your needs, finding this balance. So these cards kind of pretty much implement everything that I was saying in the astrology. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and jump off here and enjoy the rest of the Thursday and save my voice. So I will talk to y'all later. I hope y'all having a great day. Bye. Let's see here. Boom.